Good afternoon, guys. It's Gilberto Torres Jr. with Torres Boxing, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the news from this past Saturday. Of course, we had the super fight, the rematch between Canelo and Golovkin. Their highly anticipated rematch went down, and if you haven't already, you can check out my reaction to that fight on my other video, and I'll see if I can put a link on this video here, but I did want to talk about another headline from this past Saturday, and that has to do with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao presumably announcing their fight for this December. Now, it's not official as of today, September 19th, but it was kind of strange. I woke up in the morning, and I guess because of the time zones this was released, I guess, in the wee hours of the morning. They were in Tokyo, Japan. The video is pretty much just a phone camera that was filming Mayweather, and he's looking towards someone that wasn't on the camera, and then all of a sudden the camera looks at Pacquiao, and it was just so random and strange to see that, just because it looked like I guess they were at a music festival in Japan. It looked like a rave. But Mayweather said he's coming back. He said, "I'm coming back this December, another 9-figure payday, easy money." Pacquiao was there and said, "I have the belt," and Mayweather said, "I'm gonna get it just like I did last time." So it looks like we may very well get Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2, and if it goes down, it might happen on December. Now, are fans excited about this fight? I think the general consensus is no, simply because of their first fight and how disappointing it was to watch. Of course, these two are the best fighters of their era, two all-time greats, but they never met at their prime. And I think that had more to do with Mayweather not wanting a piece of Pacquiao in his prime. Just because I don't think Mayweather fears fighters, I don't think he fears Pacquiao, but he definitely had a fear of losing his zero on his loss column, because that O became a selling point. It became a brand, 50-0, or at this point 50-0, right? But leading up to every fight, he always boasted about having that O. It gave him an aura of invincibility that no one could defeat him, and so because of that, I think he avoided Pacquiao during Pacquiao's prime days. They finally met in 2015, and again, the hype was there. It did record numbers at the box office, 4.6 million pay-per-view buys. It generated a whole lot of money, but the action in the ring was absent. There was really no action there. It was just a lot of hugging, a lot of holding, and it was just disappointing to watch. So you can understand why the general consensus amongst boxing fans and experts alike is that they're not really excited for a rematch. But one perspective I do want to mention, and Max Kellerman said it on First Take some time ago, was this. Pretty much Mayweather hasn't fought a legit boxer since Andre Berto back in September of 2015. He fought last year against Conor McGregor, but keep in mind that this was Conor McGregor's first fight as a professional boxer. The guy was coming into this as a novice with a 0-0 record. That was a spectacle. McGregor has a name. He's a great MMA fighter, but inside of that boxing ring, he was a novice. And Mayweather had an extensive amateur and professional career. Pacquiao, on the other hand, has been fighting legit boxers with boxing experience. Ever since his loss to Mayweather, he fought Timothy Bradley a third time and won convincingly, defeated Jesse Vargas, fought Jeff Horn and lost a controversial decision, which many thought Pacquiao won. Lucas Matisse, Pacquiao scored his first knockout victory in nearly 10 years. So, and that was earlier this year in July. So Pacquiao's been fighting real boxers now since that Mayweather fight. Mayweather, on the other hand, hasn't fought a legitimate boxer in nearly 3 years. Well, it's a little bit more than 3 years now. So coming into the fight, as Max Kellerman was saying, and I could look at it the same way, I think this is a very solid argument, is that Mayweather would be going into a rematch with Pacquiao with a great deal of inactivity against legitimate boxers, whereas Pacquiao would be coming into the fight as the more active boxer, having fought legitimate boxers. So I think at this stage that gives Pacquiao the edge and could potentially set the stage for a huge upset. Of course, I'm not saying that this is Pacquiao's only advantage at this age. I think, he's a great fighter as well. I think maybe in his prime he could have defeated Mayweather. I think that's a big reason why Mayweather avoided him. I know that Pacquiao was the betting favorite in Vegas during 2009, 2010 if a Mayweather fight happened during that time. So I think Pacquiao would have beat him in that had they fought in their prime. At this stage, obviously, Pacquiao relies on Pacquiao's speed has diminished, his footwork has diminished a bit, so his skills have diminished, but he still packs a punch, he's still fast. But one thing also that I also want to mention is the fact that they say that a fight between two veteran great fighters is a good fight, because usually what you get is a slugfest or a barn burner because their legs start to go out. Older fighters' legs start to go out. So if and when the rematch happens, Mayweather may not be able to depend on his footwork as much during the fight. He might be moving around for a few rounds, but at some point, being 41 years old, his legs will probably give up on him, meaning that he would have to stand there and somehow box or trade with Pacquiao, who, that fits nicely into Pacquiao's style because that's the type of fight that he likes. So it depends. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of the news right now. Pacquiao did say earlier this week that a fight would be finalized. He wants to fight in December and a couple more times in 2019 to close out his career. We'll see what happens. He did say that the Mayweather and Pacquiao camp said that they're working on finalizing a fight, so that very well could be the fight. Other names mentioned are Amir Khan, Terrence Crawford, Adrian Broner. We'll see what happens, but that's basically the news, and we could very well see Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2 sometime soon. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, visit torresboxing.com, and follow us on Torres Boxing. Thank you guys again. God bless you, and I'm out.